Tracking just a couple of sprinkles. We said there would be a slight chance of a shower today, and we are tracking a few of those pushing through the area. Temperatures down just a bit, and we'll actually see temperatures down a little bit more tomorrow before the heat returns, just in time for the middle of the week and the weekend. Let's take a look at the radar again. Not a lot showing up out there. Just a few of these light areas of green indicating some of those light sprinkles and the light rain sliding here towards the southeast. A few sprinkles here through northern parts of Isle of Wight County, northern Suffolk if you're just north of the downtown area. So from around Central Hill towards Chuckatuck, Baileytown, Bennett Creek, and over towards parts of the 664, 264 interchange there, and a little bit more back here across parts of North Carolina. Right now, Knott's Island picking up some of those showers around Corey's. And as you head down the outer banks of Currituck County down towards Corallan along Highway 12, a few more sprinkles. They are sliding eastward, so we'll call for an isolated shower or two in a few spots. The better chance for the severe weather is well off towards our south through parts of South Carolina and North Carolina. What we have is a front that's draped across the area, moved through, brought those thunderstorms last night, and now we're on the cooler side of it. And every once in a while, you might even be able to see that little spin in there. And in there, we have these little weak areas of low pressure that move along it. And over the next couple of days, we'll see a chance for a few isolated showers. Better chances will be across central Virginia, North Carolina, and down along the Outer Banks. So over the next couple of days, you'll see those chances for rain, and we'll really specify that the better chances will be off towards the south and west, but anybody could see a sprinkle at some point. Through the rest of the evening, mostly cloudy skies for parts of the area. Other areas seeing a little bit of sunshine, especially farther towards the north. An isolated shower or two in a couple of spots. Temperatures in the 70s, and the good news is it's not too humid out there. And through the day tomorrow, really more of the same with a mix of clouds and sunshine. Notice a good chance at some of those showers back through central Virginia, not making it much farther than western Hampton Road, so we'll say those chances will be better off towards the south and west. About a 30% chance of rain, while closer to the coastline and farther to the north, we'll say about a 10 to 15% chance. As we look ahead towards Tuesday evening, still a chance for a shower in a few spots. I think the chances for rain will go up a little bit more on Wednesday. We'll look for a mix of clouds and sunshine, and we'll call for isolated showers. They will be likely. What we're saying is that by Wednesday, there will be showers out there. Not everybody will see the rain. We know that there will be some showers. They'll just be fairly isolated or fairly scattered as we get into the afternoon. But notice those temperatures in the low to mid 80s, but they'll really start to climb later this week back up to near 90. We're seeing some of that hazy sunshine or some of the dim sunshine out along the Virginia Beach ocean front, 81 degrees. Winds coming in out of the north-northeast at 8 miles per hour. And those temperatures out there are down about 7, 8, 9, 10 degrees from where we were this time yesterday. 81 in Norfolk, as we mentioned, 84 in Newport News, 83 Gloucester, 80 in Chesapeake, 82 Portsmouth, 84 in Williamsburg. So later tonight, we'll look for those lows to drop back to around 70 degrees. Isolated showers early, especially south and west. Comfortable temperatures. And tomorrow, 81 degrees, a shower possible. Again, best chances south and west, otherwise partly sunny skies. A few isolated showers tomorrow night down to 70. And those isolated showers likely on Wednesday's temperatures slowly start to climb mid 80s. And then by Thursday, we're up to 90 degrees. And then just a stretch of hot and humid weather as we go towards the end of June and welcome in July. Temperatures right around 90 degrees.